English listening practice short story. Part 1. My dad, my superhero. My name is Emma. I am 14 years old, and I live in a small town with my family. We have a little house with a garden, and sometimes birds come to visit in the morning. I like our house, but what I love the most is my family. I want to tell you something very important about me. I think my dad is a superhero. Maybe he does not fly or wear a red cape, but in my eyes, he is stronger than anyone else. He always helps people, and he always knows what to do when I am afraid. One time, when I was 8 years old, I had a nightmare in the middle of the night. I cried and could not sleep. My dad came into my room, sat beside me, and told me a story until I closed my eyes. He said, "Superheroes are not only in movies, Emma. They are in real life, too. They are the people who love you and protect you." Since then, I believe he is my personal superhero. Every morning my dad wakes up early. He makes breakfast for me and my little brother, Max. Max is 10 years old, and he is full of energy. Sometimes he is noisy, but I love him very much. My mom works at a hospital, so she leaves the house early. That is why my dad cooks eggs, makes sandwiches, or sometimes just gives us cereal with milk. After breakfast, I go to school. My school is not far from home, so I walk there with my best friend, Sarah. She is in the same class as me. We like to talk about everything while walking. Sometimes we talk about homework, sometimes about music, and sometimes about silly things that make us laugh. School is not always easy for me. I like English and art, but I find math difficult. Numbers dance in my head, and sometimes I just don't understand. But I try. My dad says, "Superheroes never give up, Emma. They keep trying." So I try again and again. My teachers are nice, but some are strict. Mrs. Green, my math teacher, is very serious. She always wants us to do our best. When I forget my homework, she looks at me with big eyes. I feel small when she does that. But when I do my homework well, she smiles, and I feel proud. During break time, I sit with Sarah and 2 other friends, Anna and Lily. We eat snacks, share jokes, and sometimes play games on the school field. I like those moments because I feel happy and free. After school, I usually go home, but on Wednesdays, I have art club. I love painting and drawing. I like to use many colors: blue for the sky, green for the grass, yellow for the sun. Sometimes I even draw my dad as a superhero with a cape and mask. My friends laugh, but I don't care. To me, it is true. At home, evenings are my favorite. My mom comes back from the hospital, usually tired but always smiling. We eat dinner together at the table. My dad tells funny stories about his day at work, Max talks about football, and I share my school news. Sometimes my mom laughs so much that tears come to her eyes. After dinner, we watch TV or play a board game. My dad likes to play chess, but I am not very good at it. Still, he teaches me step by step. He never gets angry when I make mistakes. He just says, "That's how superheroes learn, Emma. Step by step." Sometimes, when the night is quiet, I look at my family and think how lucky I am. My dad may not be famous, but to me, he is stronger than any superhero from the movies. He helps me when I am sad, he teaches me when I don't understand, and he makes me laugh when I am tired. Before I go to sleep, he often comes to my room to say good night. He asks, "Are you ready to dream, little hero?" I smile and say yes. Then he kisses my forehead and switches off the light. That is my life now: school, friends, art, family, and my dad, my superhero. Maybe one day I will grow up and be a superhero for someone else, too. Part 2. A Small Adventure. The next week started just like any other week. On Monday morning, I woke up early because I wanted to walk to school with Sarah. My dad was already in the kitchen making breakfast. He was wearing his old apron, the one with a picture of a superhero on it. It always makes me laugh because it looks so funny. "Good morning, little hero," he said when I came in. "Good morning, Super Dad," I answered. We both laughed, and Max joined in. After breakfast, I packed my bag and left for school. The sky was gray, and it looked like it was going to rain. Sarah met me at the corner of the street. She was holding an umbrella. "It will rain today," she said. She was right. Just 5 minutes later, heavy drops fell from the sky. We ran to school, but by the time we arrived, our shoes were wet. I didn't like it, but Sarah said, "It's okay. It's just water." She always tries to look at the bright side of things. Classes were normal that day. In English, we read a story about a boy who wanted to be a magician. In art, I drew a picture of my family in the park. I drew my dad as a superhero again, and this time I gave my mom a doctor's coat because she helps people, too. After school, something unusual happened. I usually walk home with Sarah, but she had to stay for extra music lessons. So I walked alone. The rain had stopped, and the sun came out. The air smelled fresh, and the birds were singing. As I walked past the small bakery near my street, I saw a little dog sitting outside. It looked scared and lost. Its fur was wet, and it was shaking. I felt sorry for it. "Hello, little one," I whispered. The dog looked at me with big brown eyes. I wanted to help it, but I didn't know what to do. I thought of my dad. He always says superheroes help when someone is in trouble. So I decided to try. I slowly walked closer, and the dog didn't move away. It seemed friendly. I remembered that I had a sandwich in my bag from lunch. I took it out and gave a small piece to the dog. It ate quickly and wagged its tail. I didn't want to leave the dog alone, so I stayed there for a few minutes. Then I had an idea. I could call my dad. I used my phone and explained the situation. "Stay there, Emma," he said. "I'm coming right now." 10 minutes later, my dad arrived in his car. He brought a blanket. He wrapped the dog gently and put it in the car. "You did the right thing," he told me. "That's what superheroes do. They don't walk away." We took the dog home. Max was so excited when he saw it. "Can we keep it? Please, please, please," he shouted. My mom was tired after work, but when she saw the little dog, her face softened. "We can keep it for tonight," she said. "Tomorrow we will take it to the vet and check if it has an owner." That night was special. The dog slept in a basket with a soft towel. Max wanted to name it Hero, and I liked that name. My dad said, "It's a perfect name for a dog saved by my little hero." The next day, we went to the vet. The dog had no collar and no microchip, so the vet said it was probably a stray. My mom looked at my dad, and they both smiled. "Well," my dad said, "I guess our family just got bigger." Max jumped up and down. I felt so happy I almost cried. Hero became our new pet, and from that day, our house was even more lively. Hero followed me everywhere, and he always wagged his tail when he saw my dad. At school, I told Sarah and Anna about the dog. They wanted to come and play with Hero after classes. We all sat in the garden, laughing as Hero ran in circles. It felt like we had a little adventure together. In the evening, when we sat at the dinner table, my dad looked at me and said, "Emma, yesterday you proved something. You showed that even a 14-year-old girl can be a real superhero." I smiled and felt warm inside. My dad was my superhero, but maybe I could be one, too. Not with powers or magic, but with kindness and courage. Before bed, I thought about everything. my school, my friends, my family, and now hero. Life was not perfect, but it was full of love, and that made me feel strong. Maybe being a superhero means exactly that: loving, helping, and never giving up. And maybe one day, when I grow up, I will tell my children the same thing my dad told me. Superheroes are not only in movies. They are the people who love you and protect you.